good afternoon, everybody. Oh, I'm excited. I'm always excited. I love doing this. I have a great topic for you guys today. Episode, 29. Is that right? Yeah, episode 29. We are going to talk today about what is money and how do you get more of it? Ooh, this is a good topic. I'm excited. All right, so before we start, just always, these are Facebook Lives originally. And if you ever miss an episode, I do archive all of them and they're all uploaded to my YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/create wealth with Tara. And so if you ever miss an episode or want to share this with somebody, I do just give general MLM training. I don't talk about my company or pitch my products. I might use categories that I do sell, but I usually use a wide variety. And so feel free to share these with your teams if you are in another network marketing company. I promise I won't, I don't have any way of seeing if your team looks at these or not, so I'm not list building off of this. So today we're going to talk, episode 29 is what is money and how do you get more of it? I am excited because this is a simple concept that when I learned this, it literally changed my life. And so we think of money, you think this is money, right? I'll just tell you, this is, what is money, right? This is just a piece of paper. It's a piece of paper. And you think about what $1 is and what $1 will buy you. This paper is not worth $1. It's probably worth a penny, right? So what is money? What is this? What is this stuff? This is a representation, whatever it is. I mean, because if you took the same piece of paper, you could put a 1, a 5, a 20, 100. So is a $100 bill really worth $100? So what is money, right? If you ever thought about this, paper is just a representation of one thing. And when you learn this one thing and you learn how to provide more of it, you can have lots of money. So what money is a representation of value. This will change your life if you get this, right? What happens is, money does not come from banks. It doesn't come from buildings. It doesn't come from computers. Money comes from one place and one place only. Money comes from people. And to the degree which you give people value, they will give you money. It's an energy that just keeps flowing and flowing and flowing. Let me give you an example. My lips are always dry during the winter. So when I give chapstick my money, and I put this on and it makes my lips feel great, this is a value to me that I no longer have yucky, dry, chappy lips. So I pay whatever, $2 for this, right? So I give my $2, this little representation of value, I give it to the chapstick company, and now chapstick has my money, right? So now I'm an employee of the chapstick company, and I make whatever. Well, I would make $100 an hour, but let's say I make 50 grand a year. So I'm going to get my paychecks every single week or month, and I'm going to have a certain amount, and it's going to flow to places of value. The biggest value we have probably in our environment is our home. It provides you protection. It provides you warmth. It provides you, all the things that a house does, a place to store your things, a place to, be with your family, your bed. Like, think of all the things that are in your life, right? Why do people spend $500 a month or $800 a month? Some people $2,000 a month on a car, right? What is the value you get? So I work for the chapstick company. Now I have all of this money and it's going to flow. It's going to go flow to the mortgage company. It's going to flow to the car company. It's going to flow to the grocery store. It's going to flow to, the movie theater, or it's going to flow to Six Flags, right? So this is a theme park. So now Six Flags provides me incredible value of entertainment. So now my money's flowing, this value, it's just an energy, it flows. It's going to flow to Six Flags, right? I own Six Flags, or I'm an employee of Six Flags, and all of a sudden I go to the store and I want to buy sunglasses. So this is the value of this is it keeps the sun out of my eyes. It could be a fashion symbol, whatever you value, you're going to spend money on. So money comes from people, And to the degree which you give people value, and to more, and the more people you give value to, the more money that will flow to you. So if you want more money, the number one thing that you can do to get more money, which comes only from people, is to increase your value. Because people are always like, oh, it's just ridiculous. All these, these quarterbacks, and these NBA players and these baseball players are making like $1 trillion a year right now, like literally like $11 million contracts, $80 million contracts. Why? Because the more people you provide value to, the more money that will flow to you. So a quarterback, it's not like it was the guy that had the good arm and he did one good play one time. A quarterback that makes it to the NFL where there's only like 28 teams. So you're talking about, if you're a starting quarterback for an NFL team, you are one of the 28 best people in the entire country in that sport. So out of 322 million people, you're one of 28. You probably had a football in your hand at 3 years old, 5 years old, 7 years old, and you were practicing and practicing and practicing, 40, 50, 60 hours a week while everyone in college was partying. You were playing, you were practicing, you were in the gym, you were working out, right? You're 10,000 hours, and like Malcolm Gladwell Outlier says, the difference between somebody who is mediocre and world class in anything, in sports, in, if you're playing a flute, if you're a salesperson, whatever, is 10,000 hours, right? And you're upping your value. So this quarterback has been throwing this play for literally, I did the math one time. If you went through college, high school, what's it called? When you're a kid, junior league, what's it called? Pop Warner or whatever, and you're little and you're playing at like 8, and then all the way through high school, junior high school, college, and the pros, you're literally, that quarterback has probably thrown balls for like 20 or 30 or 40,000 hours. So when you see this miraculous throw and this catch that looks like, I can't even believe they just did that, they've practiced that thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times. They put in the work. Everybody wants to be rich. Nobody wants to put in the work. Everybody wants to be talented. Nobody wants to put in the work. Everybody wants more. Nobody wants to do anything. You have to increase your value if you want to be valuable and you want more money, because money comes from people. So you have thousands of raving fans that wear your jersey because every Sunday when you sit on the couch and you watch that guy, it makes you feel good that he is leading your team to a victory. And that's why they're paid money, because it's entertaining. It's like a lot of people will do that, and they'll wear the jerseys just because they want to identify with something that's successful, that's winning. Same things with actors and actresses. I mean, they've gone through drama and then, some kind of college or Juilliard or something, and they've been doing this for thousands and thousands and thousands of hours. It's not lucky. You don't just get a lucky break. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. So if you go to an interview or an audition, and you're not good, it doesn't matter how good you're going to be in the future. If you're not good right then, if you're not world class right then, you don't get that role, and you're not a celebrity. Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is one of the, I think he's now past Jerry Seinfeld, is the highest paid comedian in the world. And I love it because I stole that from him. He always says, everybody wants to be rich, nobody wants to put in the work. Everybody wants to be famous, nobody wants to put in the work. Everybody wants to be successful, nobody wants to put in the work. And he chants this before he goes out on stage. Well, go read his history. I mean, the amount of situations he was turned down or laughed at or mocked or put himself in for years and years and years to hone his craft. Sure, it looks like he has great delivery. That's practice, you guys. Kevin Hart might have had a little bit of wit, or maybe it was interesting to be funny and maybe people laughed at him, but then you craft it. You learn, you write stories, you write jokes, and you practice your delivery. It's like some people are naturally witty, but I promise you, if you study comedians, they hone their craft, they write and they practice and they practice and they practice and they practice until that joke rolls off with a perfect facial expression and the crowd roars. This is all practice. And there's a value to that of entertainment. We love to laugh at that, right? Why do you spend $100 going to get if you go to a restaurant and you can buy like a chicken dish for all your family with some rice and some vegetables, and it might be delicious, But you can make that same meal at home for probably $15. Why do you go to a restaurant? Why does your money flow to the restaurant? The value of somebody's cooking for you. It might be convenient, fast. You don't want to clean your kitchen. It might be because it tastes better than yours. But there's a reason that people go to restaurants at the value. So everything. Why do you spend? We spent the other day, we went and saw Moana and we saw it in 3D and it was $60 for me, my husband, and my 2 girls to go. It was like $60. Why do we spend that? The value of entertainment, it's family time, whatever. So money is value. And if you want more money, you have to provide more value. So we talked yesterday about how long it takes to become a doctor. Well, a doctor's average income is $200,000 a year, but that's because a doctor went to school for 11 to 16 years between undergrad, med school, and residency, and they're going to make a couple $100,000 a year. Why? Because they know things. They know the body. They understand how pharmaceuticals interact with the body. I mean, you don't want to go to a doctor that's dabbling in medicine, right? You probably could give you a pharmaceutical that could literally kill you. Why is a surgeon average income is $700,000? Well, because when you're cutting open somebody's body with an object, you better know what you're doing, because if you nick, you're talking a half a centimeter, you could literally end a life. If you're cutting into the throat to go through thyroid and you hit the jugular, bye-bye, there is no fixing, If you cut up in someone's brain and you can blind them, you can paralyze them. There is a value in doing that. So why do top network marketers make all the money? Because they provide value, right? So you got to think of yourself is, why would somebody want to join you? What value? So there's all these people. There's 20 million, 30 million people in network marketing in the United States. Why would they want to join you? And to the degree which you offer people value, you'll make more money. You'll get people. What kind of things can you do to increase your value? You can read more, study more, learn more, grow, immerse yourself. Like one of the things that I've done, and if you've watched prior episodes, you know that I've had immense success in this industry. But I have from day one, well, not day one, probably month 3, when I really decided, when it clicked, I said, oh my gosh, I went to an event and I saw people making millions of dollars. I'm like, what? And like selling a product? Like, this is crazy. Like millions? Like millions with all those zeros? Like, tell me more. Is immersion. Immersed myself. I got out the comp plan and I read it back to forward, front to back. So then when somebody asked me a question about the compensation plan, I was able to answer that. That's valuable. If somebody has a prospect and I sign up, this is, we'll call him Chap, and I sign up Chap, and Chap brings Penn to me on a call, and I can answer the questions that Penn has, and Chap can sign him up, then I'm providing value to Chap as a leader because I'm helping him grow his team while he's learning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the value that you have is going to equal. That's why they say the law of the lid says you will never make more than your level of personal development. And that is just a clever way of saying you'll never go beyond the value you can provide. And so what value are you? If you just join someone's team, we're going to talk about 2 polar opposites, right? The tale of 2 distributors. If you just join someone's team and you may or may not get on the calls, you may or may not talk to people, you don't go through the system, you don't order your auto ship, you don't learn anything, you don't learn your products, you don't learn your service, you don't learn their comp plan, you never show up at events, you are of zero value to a prospect. You are of zero value. That's why you're going to fail. You're going to have 0 people sign up with you unless you get lucky and get like mom or dad to sign up with you. You're going to have 0 value. You're going to have 0 people sign up with you. You're going to make 0 money, and then you're going to quit. Period. End of story. But the person who comes in and is eager and willing and goes to their back office and learns how to find places, resourceful. Oh, the number one thing you can do to be a good leader is be freaking resourceful. Like, figure it out. Like, figure it out. I love my sponsor and I have a great friendship with her, but I would never go to her and say, hey, Carrie, what is the commission on the 8th level again? I would never, ever, 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 ever ask her that. Why? Because that's a waste of her time. Like that, I have to know that because I want to be able to share that with someone. So be resourceful and if you're resourceful and you figure stuff out, you will be of value to your team while they're learning. Now, there are some times, like we just had some comp plan changes, and they are confusing. But here's the thing. Everybody asks me the questions, and this is not to offend anybody. A lot of people ask me to clarify it for them. But why do I know that and they don't? Why? I'm not magic. Why do I know the answer? Have you thought about that? Why does your upline know the answer? I'm not smarter. I just studied it until I got it. And I asked questions until I got it. So, and I read the comp plan until I got it. So asking questions is okay. So if you've asked me a question recently, I had questions today by 3 or 4 people, it's okay. I actually place high value on you asking me questions because I know that you're trying to learn. I would rather have someone ask me questions. But if you ask the same question like 10 times because you're too lazy to learn it, then you're going to be of zero value to your team. If you're standing in front of a room and you have no idea what the value of your products or service or, network marketing is, you're going to be of zero value to the customers, and a customer will not give you money no matter how great your product is, unless they see value in it, right? So let's say you're selling, weight loss. If somebody sees the value that if they invest their money in this program, the value is I will get healthy. The value is I will look better. I will have self-esteem. There's so many things that people place on that. Or jewelry. Why do people spend money on jewelry? What's the value of it, right? Does it look pretty? I don't even know why for jewelry, right? Why do people invest in supplements or vitamins, right? The value is long-term health. Why do people invest in phones, right? Why do you have a cell phone? The value is convenience. So we can all agree that this isn't money. This is a representation of the value that you bring to the marketplace. So if you look at the reason I'm valuable is because I have books and books and books and books, and I have stacks more up in my room, and I read and I read and I read so that I can, and I've done it too. It's called moral authority. The highest form of influence is, moral authority means you have walked the walk. Talk is cheap, people. Talk is cheap. The reason I can teach somebody how to recruit is because I've been recruiting for 9.5 years. In fact, I just signed up 13 people in November. The reason I can teach people how to build on social media is because I have a following with all my social media, probably 30,000 people. I can teach you that because I've actually gone and done it, right? So what is your value? If you're a taker and all you do is say, okay, well, I don't really want to do this and I don't want to learn this, so just go ask my upline. You have very, very, very low value to your prospect, to your customer, and to your team. And you are not going to make a lot of money. So if you want to make a lot of money in network marketing, you have to increase your value. You must show up at events. You've got to learn this industry. You will never make $100,000 in an industry that you know nothing about, that you don't show up for, that you don't care about. You will never, I don't know a single person in network marketing history that got lucky, that signed up 2 people, they retired and made him a millionaire. I've never heard that story. I've never heard that story. So the value is you go and sign somebody up and you tell, your new recruit chapstick, we're going to build this together. I'm going to help you. I'm going to show you the system. And I'm not going to build your business. I'm going to help you build your business, but I'm going to help you build your business. Not I'm going to help you build your business, meaning I'm going to throw all your business in your business. You have to do the work. You got to make the calls. You got to do the invitations. I'm going to show you a system that I have used. I am going to teach you methods that I have done to have this result. And if you do them, you will have results. So if you have a terrible personality, that's low value because people don't want to be around you. You could read How to Win Friends and Influence People and learn, tactics. Like one of the books I just recently read, and it must be upstairs, is The Go-Giver. And it talks a lot about value. It's like to the degree which you give more value, you will have money. So give and give and give. Right? You ever notice that the most generous people want to do stuff for generous people. It's like the law of reciprocity says, if somebody's always giving to you, and you'll want to give back to them, or you just will, try it. If you give somebody something, they'll want to reciprocate. So learn your comp plan, learn your products or services, learn about this industry. This industry is creating millionaires daily. You could be one of them. So why do people want to, join you? The value of vision, the value of commitment. Nobody joins a flaky person. People join me not because I've made all the money, it's because I know exactly what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and for how long I'm doing it. I have a definiteness of purpose because I know what I want to do and I know why I want to do it. That is value. People will join me because they know I'm not going to quit next week. They know I'm not a flake. They know I'm going to teach them. I'm going to train them. I'm going to help them hone their skill set. I'm going to help them hone their mindset. And I'm going to help them, become a leader. And a leader is nothing more than when you make a decision to be responsible for the results in your team. And a leader must increase their value by necessity. You only increase your value, your leadership, because then you're valuable. So even if you're just leading yourself, or you're leading one, be the best person. Like what would you, if the magic MLM fairy, like you say, poof, could drop the perfect person in your business, what would they be? Probably loyal, integrous, intelligent. Well, intelligence, you don't have to be intelligent to do this. Like really you don't. One of my old mentors made $160 million in the industry, and he must be smart, but at the time he was a drug addict, and he was smoking pot at 20 years old or 19 years old outside of a 7-Eleven, and somebody walked by him and he said, "Do you keep your options open, additional ways to make income?" He looked around, he goes, "Sure. I have nothing else going on." That man was one of the top earners in the lifetime of Amway and made $160 million because somebody asked him, right? So, but that person that asked him the question was also very, 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 very successful in the industry. I think he even started Herbalife. When I say it's successful, Herbalife's a $5 billion company. I'm pretty sure it was the owner of Herbalife. One of them. Anyway, so the value is he was able to take that 19-year-old drug addict and teach him a system and teach him how to go talk to people and distribute products. And if he made millions of dollars, imagine what his upline made as well. At least a little piece of that, right? So what value are you? Are you leading yourself? Don't expect everyone to do it all for you. Right? Take the reins. This is your business. This is your mission. This is your passion. This is your legacy. How bad do you want it? Learn everything you can. Give yourself a PhD. I feel like I have a PhD in network marketing. I really get it. I get it. I get comp plans. I get how it works. And the value is that when you join my team, and this is for any leader, is I'm going to show you how, right? But you have to lead yourself first before you can lead other people. When I started, the only value I brought was dedication and vision. I'm going to do this. This lady down the road's making $300,000 a year. After a year, holy cow, I don't know how she did it, but let's go figure it out. I will do it with you. Let's lock arms. I use that a lot in the beginning. Let's lock arms. Let's figure it out. Because what if we figure it out and we change our lives? We'll be rich. We'll be rich. We'll help a lot of people. We'll help everyone get healthy. We'll make a difference. So you got to lead yourself first and be willing to learn. Over the last, I can't believe it's been almost a decade since I've been in this industry. I am constantly reading. I am constantly going and listening and learning constantly. Why? Because I want to increase my value. And if I increase my value, look at all the lunch and learns, right? There's a value out there, right? I'm giving people information. Now, could you go figure it all out yourself? Sure. Could you go read all the books I am? Sure. But there's a magical combination with actually learning and studying and applying, right? I can tell you how to handle objections because I've handled thousands and thousands of them. I can tell you about fear because I face them every single day, and I've worked with thousands of people that have faced them. I can teach you how to make money. I can show you, I can explain compensation plans because I took the time to learn them myself. and learn them so inside out that I can actually break them down for you. Like things like check match and compressing unilevel, dynamic compression. Those, sometimes people hear those words and they're like, I don't even know what you just said. Are you still speaking English? But I get it because I studied it and studied it and studied it and studied it, right? So that's why top earners make money. It has nothing to do with personality or where we were born. Shoot, I had very humble beginnings. We were on welfare like probably half my childhood. Like I wasn't encouraged to go to school. There's my degree from Berkeley. I actually made a decision because the people that I chose to be around went to college and their parents encouraged them. So I made a decision to be around people who had what I wanted, and I saw what did they do, and I started doing what they did. So my best friend in high school, her parents were both college graduates. They owned half the town. They were very, very, very wealthy. And I hung out with them, right? And I don't know why she hung out with me. I don't know. Maybe I was funny or something. I was like the class clown. I said, well, your parents keep telling you to go to college, and they have this house, and I have my house would fit inside their bedroom. So maybe I should go to college. And I made that decision because I saw it. So when somebody has what you want, the best thing you can do, and mentors are the most willing people. The more success somebody has, the more willing they are to teach people. And people don't hoard their ideas. People don't hoard success. They give it away. And that's truly the gift, is giving it away. I tell everybody, I'll tell everybody my secrets. I'm going to be downloading my brain for these episodes for months and months, maybe even years to come. Why? Because I love what this has done for my life and for so many thousands of people's lives so much that it feels good if I had even a tiny little speck of 1% impact on somebody's life. That is why I do this. I get so many great messages from people all over the industry saying, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being open to come here, because this is why I do it. I always say that I love to help people. It never said ... only if I make money from them. So that's why people will call me cross-eyed, and don't call me all cross-eyed. I will, if I'm sitting at an event, I'll have a conversation with them. But when you message me, I really do have 3 kids, and I have a full plate, and I have a huge growing team. We grew by 1,000 people last month. So I don't cross-line, I don't do advice cross-line. It's not because I'm not generous. It's because I literally don't have the time. And I always tell people, you want to take time from my kids or my own team? Which one? And they're like, oh, I get it. But that's why I do this. So I'm hoping to provide value for the industry, right? And the go-giver attitude is just keep giving because it's the right thing to do, right? Why hoard it? You can't take all this information with you. When you die, why not give it away? And so that's why I want you to teach and apply something. This is only good if you go apply it. Hearing it and like being excited is great, but when you hear it, you gotta go apply it. And then after you apply it, go teach it. Or better yet, grab someone on your team right now and say, hey, I just learned this. Let's go do this. You know what? Let's learn the comp plan. Let's learn how to draw the circles on the whiteboard. Let's learn all about our product and services. And because money comes from people, and your job as a network marketer is to connect money from people to your company. And you do that by telling your company story. Why does somebody want to spend their money on your products or services or invest in your business? Why? What value will they get? Value of convenience, of health, of beauty, of fashion, of makeup, of technology. What is the value? And to the degree which you can show somebody the value in your products and your services and your company and your team, and most importantly, you, that's when you will have unlimited success. So increase your value as a person, increase your value as a network marketer, increase your value as a presenter, be able to tell your company's story, or be able to the value of show through use of tools. Like know how, if you don't want to say it, that's fine. You don't have to stand on stage and teach everyone everything you know. You have to learn how to connect people with the tool, with the message. But the name of the game is how many people can you connect to the message? And the more people you connect to the message, the more valuable you are and the more money will flow to you. So I hope that makes sense. Give me a like if that makes sense. Does this make sense? So what is this? This is a piece of paper. This is a representation of the value that you bring to the marketplace. And the more valuable you are, the more of this that you will have. So thank you guys. And again, don't miss any episodes. I archive all of them at my YouTube channel. Please subscribe so you never miss an episode. You'll get an email saying there's a new video. YouTube.com/create wealth with Tara, or feel free to scroll through my Facebook. But thank you guys for joining us, and I will see you tomorrow for episode 30. Have a wonderful day, all.